What is going on, my beautiful people? Today we are back out in the woods and we're going to be setting up mineral sites. I'm going to show you guys the best locations to use for mineral sites, how to appropriately set up a mineral site, as well as the mineral that I'm going to be using today to set this up. And I know there was a lot of concerns on the deer cane video face-off. I'll have it linked somewhere up here because I took the deer cane original and deer cane black magic and just kind of dumped it on the ground to see which one would work better as an attractant. I know that's not what deer cane is for, and I do know how to set up a mineral site. So I know that a lot of people watching that video thought that that was kind of, I was trying to set up a mineral site and just failed at doing that. It's not what the point of that video was, so I'm sorry for any confusion. I'm going to show you guys today how to set up that mineral site, and we're going to go ahead and get that started. For those of you that are new to the channel, because I know we've been having some growth, there is a ravine where there's a big hill that's really thick up this way, and actually a bunch of houses over this way. And then there's a giant river that runs back there. It's actually called Cedar Creek. It's a river creek. It's kind of one of those in-between ones. So you've seen me fish out of it plenty of times if you've watched any videos on the channel. If not, go find one. There'll be one linked up here somewhere. Essentially, there's a big river that goes in there. The deer like to bed over there. There's also a giant field on some hunting property back in this direction, and so a lot of deer like to come through this area, and it funnels them in through here. Well, about 2 weeks ago, we had a bunch of corn cobs, and I came and laid them out right here, and there's actually still a good many of them, as well as my trophy rock, which you can see right there, and my Primo's blackout, which is right there. Essentially what I'm doing today is I'm going to be setting up a mineral site right here. I've set up plenty of mineral sites here. I'll link one of them up below. But essentially what I'm going to have to do to start with is I'm going to have to clear out all of this. As you can see, there's a big circle where deer have already come in the past to eat stuff. There's actually a hole they've dug right there where I had some mineral. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to clear out all this corn cobs, and I'm actually going to pick up the trophy rock as well and move that and basically make all of this a giant mineral site, and then put the trophy rock back in the middle of it. So that's the game plan for today. I've set up 2 other mineral sites. I have the footage. It'll probably run after I set this one up or before. I'm not really certain, but that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to set you guys up and I'm going to get to work. So another reason that I like this place so much is there's actually persimmons, and these are actually starting to fall. It's because it rained a lot last night that these fell. But there's a lot of good stuff in this area, but there's lots of tracks right in here, and I'm actually going to make all of this part of the mineral site. But let's get to raking some of these corn cobs out of the way and basically pile them up right over here. Alright, so as you can see, we got everything raked up. I got a lot of the corn cobs piled up right there, as well as the trophy rock, and got another good pile over there. That way, in case something else wants to come and try to snack on them. But as you can see, I got all of this cleared out nice and neatly, and essentially all the debris moved except for some roots, but I wasn't going to take the time to pull all those up. And got the soil nice and broken up, and as you can see, it's already decently wet. And you want it to be a little bit wet because that's going to let the minerals soak in. So I have about half a bag of Rack Up by Evolved Habitats, not a paid promotion. I'm not monetized, nor will I be anytime soon, but this is just something I picked up. It's a really good mineral supplement, and it's got calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, and sodium, and there's that if you're wanting to look at it. 1 second, I'll get that a little bit clearer for you. But there we go. We have the calcium, vital mineral for bone, phosphorus, vital mineral for bone, tooth, and antler for antler formation, essential for bone and skeleton development. Magnesium and sodium helps them maintain fluids to basically grow and digest their food a little bit better. But the directions on the bag after finding a location, which we've done, clear the 4-foot area, done, loosen the soil, done, spread the contents over the ground, or for instant results, mix it with 6 to 8 gallons of water, and that was for the whole bag. I had a 5-gallon bucket, but after riding around, we're at 2.5 gallons. But essentially what we'll do is we'll go ahead and dump the rest of these contents into this bag. The ground's already wet, so I mean, ideally, that's what you want to do, is you want to mix it with water. But it's not necessary, especially because it rained a lot this morning, and I mean, the ground's pretty wet. But we're going to go ahead and let that soak for a minute. I'm going to get a stick and stir it up, and then we're going to go dump it on the mineral site. Alright, Alright, so essentially my next step is to just stir this up because a lot of it will get on the bottom of the bucket. So you want to make sure you get it nice and stirred up. That way you're not leaving any of the mineral in the bucket. And once you get that nice and going, essentially you just want to take it out and pour it. And make sure you get some all over your area here. And there's a little bit still stuck in the bottom, which is going to happen. There's no way really to avoid that, but I'm going to still just shake it all out and make sure I get all of it. And there's still a little bit in the bucket, but I'll scrape that out and throw it off camera. Alright everybody, we have made it back to the house. I have the 2 trail camera cords. I pulled the one on the hill from where I made that mineral site, as well as the one in front of the Primos where I put the trophy rock. And I actually finished up putting in a food plot earlier today. I'm going to check it in 2 weeks. And that video should be coming up within a week or 2 of this video going live. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications to not miss me putting in that food plot. Basically it's a kill plot, it's a food plot. I made it with bare minimum tools. I use really just hand tools, and it should be a pretty good little spot right beside this mineral to hopefully bring in some bigger deer. But I know that we have some deer on these 2 trail camera cards because I pulled them already and I've looked through them. There was 500 and something videos on the one in front of the Primos, and then up in front of the Cuddyback we did have a couple pictures of some pretty decent bucks. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull these up and I'm going to go through them with you guys and kind of show you guys what was coming into that mineral site and how effective these mineral sites really are. That way you guys know that I didn't just go out there and put these up. Like, the proof's in the pudding, and you'll be able to see that those deer are eating on those mineral sites. Also, mama deer with her babies, they kept coming in. I have a lot of those. I even have some turkeys on here. I'll play that clip up as well. But essentially, we ended up with a lot of different deer. I was looking for a clip because I know early on there was actually 2 spikes and 2 does. It might have been 4 spikes. But some of the spikes were pretty small that came in. Oh, here they are. So we have 2 little nub spikes. I mean, an inch to 3 inches is what they got going on. So they weren't very big, but it was always good to see those young bucks. That way you know that the population's starting to rebuild and that you still have some genes out there that are going to turn into bucks. But about halfway through this video, or through this card, we actually had some pretty decent bucks, and I've had them on camera before. If you've watched some of the more recent videos, I'll link some of them up above where we first got these deer. But we had them come back in, and actually one of them we ended up not getting this time, but we had one deer that came in quite frequently, and you can see where they're eating around in that dirt. Let's see here. I think I might have went past where the big buck was, but I know I got him 3 or 4 different times, so we'll play some of those clips when I find them. Alright, here we go. So this right here is why you want to make these mineral sites, to bring in the deer that look like this, because this deer has good mass. This is a good 3 to 4 year old deer, and he's been frequenting this area. I mean, I got him 3 days in a row, and he kept coming back to this mineral site because he's getting that mineral to help grow his antlers. And you can see he's just eating the dirt. He's eating that dirt to get that mineral out, and he was all over this area, just munching away. And I'll play several clips back to back to back of him here. We had some previous videos and pictures of this deer when he was first starting to grow, and so we've watched this deer grow this entire season. He's got a split brow time. If you take a look in video 336 for me when I'm editing, you can see part of it kicking off to the side. You can see that his crab claws are still kind of formed. They're starting to split, and you can see that he's got a little kicker off that left brow tine that's kicking out. He's not a very wide deer. You can see that his belly's starting to sag. He's getting a little bit older. His back hips are starting to sink down a little bit, and he's starting to get that little arch above his butt that you'll see a lot of older deer start to have. But all in all, I mean, I think that's a decent shooter. I mean, I'm definitely going to take him with my bow. I'd be more than happy to take that deer as a first deer with my bow. Yeah, that's him again. I mean, he's just all around a good deer. I mean, mainframe 8, he's got those 2 kickers, which would make him a 10. I mean, all around, this is a decent 10-pointer. He's still not done growing. Like, he's going to continue to grow. I know later on we get him during the day, too, which is good to see that he's coming in there during the day, because that means if he's already coming in during the day, I'm sure his habits are going to change a little bit as the season progresses and it starts to get cold and we transition into those fall months. But for the most part, I mean, if he's coming out during the day now, he'll come out during the day during bow season, like, no doubt. And I'm putting in a little food plot, like I mentioned, right in this area as well. And, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to come back into that food plot and check it. I just know he will. And during the rut, he should be running around as well. But we have a couple decent 2- and 3-year-old deer that are definitely frequenting our property. And we should be able to get those no problems this upcoming deer season. As you guys know, we do have hunt land in South Georgia, as well as up here in Jasper County is where we live. So hopefully we'll be able to, I want to harvest a buck off both properties. I want to be able to get one off of this property here, as well as one in Sandersville. And as you guys know, we have Zilla that we have found on our hunting property in South Georgia, and that deer is a monster. So I'm going to be definitely doing a lot of hunting down there. I missed a really decent buck last year. You can find that on the channel, and it was unfortunate that I missed him. But we have lots of opportunities at some big bucks down there, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of hunting down there. It's just making the time to get down there right now is a little bit hard with work and everything else I got going on. But anyways, I really do appreciate all of you guys watching. We're closing in on 200 subs. We're a couple subs away. So tell your friends, get them involved in this channel. Let them know what I'm doing. And if they like it, please encourage them to subscribe and turn on that bell notification. I got a lot of fishing videos. And this upcoming deer season, we're going to have a lot of hunting videos coming up. I'm really excited about that food plot and watching it grow and watching it progress and seeing these deer grow. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future, and that way I can try to get a video about it, whether it's fishing related or hunting related. And let me know some products that you guys love, and I'll definitely give them a try out on the channel. Hope you guys have enjoyed this content so far. I'm just doing this, filming what I would be doing, whether or not I had a camera or not. But definitely let me know what you've had success with, and I'll try to make a video about that as well. But anyways, thanks for watching, and always remember, when nature calls, you gotta answer. Peace.